episode 14 of the Modern Skein podcast. My name is Sharon Graff, and I am the owner of the Modern Skein, which is a yarn shop here in Montgomery, Texas. Thank you so much for joining in. If you're a new subscriber or a new viewer, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. It's been a crazy, crazy week. I feel, though, that I say that every time, which maybe I do. I don't know. But this has been crazy because technically I flew back home today. We landed last night at, we didn't get home till midnight, after midnight. So, hi. Anyway, I'm in a little bit of a daze because of lack of sleep, uncomfortable airplanes, all of that fun stuff. But it was a wonderful trip. One of my dear friends got married to another very close friend. So it was just all the love and wonderful things of a wedding. And it was a fairy tale wedding. It really was. So yes, it was wonderful. We had a great time. We had a little bit of free time when we were on our trip. It was to upstate New York, so the Ithaca Finger Lakes region, if you're familiar with that. We were on the south side of Lake Cayuga, I believe is how it's pronounced. And we hiked to, I believe how the locals were saying it was Taganic Falls. That's not how it looks. That's not how you would pronounce it down here. It would be like Toganok, not Taganic, but whatever. I didn't name the place. It was beautiful, beautiful waterfall. There was, we even went to some yarn shops. Went to 2 yarn shops, both in tiny, tiny little towns. One was so cute. She had a lot of super local items, like, oh, Joe from the farm down that way, had the sheep and his wife spun it and blah, 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 like that local of yarn. And then the other one had also some local, different farm, local alpaca, local, what was it? What kind of sheep? I think there they had a local merino. I know they had an ethically sourced Australian merino. It was just really, really neat. So, I'm trying to remember the names. Homespun House was the name of one, just outside of Ithaca. If you search yarn shops on Ravelry in Ithaca, it'll come up. And the other one was in Watkins Glen. I do not remember the name of that one, but again, it's on Ravelry and it's got a lot of reviews and purchases from. So if you look in the upstate Finger Lake region on Ravelry, you'll see those shops come up, and those are the ones we've been to. So if you have not noticed, I am wearing my finished object for this week. Yay! Which is my, just lost the name, Sunset Highway by Caitlin Hunter. So I'm going to stand up, give you guys a view of my finished Sunset Highway. It has been blocked, but no ends have been woven in because I literally blocked this the morning we left, and so I just dumped it in the wool wash, let it sit. Literally right before we were loading into the car, I was pinning it out, grabbing my bags and going. So it has been thoroughly blocked, and it's beautiful. It lays great. Back up for you. So high-low hem, covers the bum, long sleeves. So that's my Sunset Highway. As you, I'm sure, probably know if you've watched the episode, the yoke here is all done in hedgehog fibers, which is graphite, tidal, and pinata. See, I finally finished it and I remembered all 3 of them. And then the main color, this is my custom colorway by Yarn Carnival, called the Modern Skein, and it worked out beautifully. Only modifications I did to this was I increased the amount of rows between starting the color work and separating for the sleeves. It was basically like an inch, and I made it, I think, 2.5 inches, so that the elbow patch would line up basically with my elbow. Because if it hadn't, I feel like that is where the elbow patch would have been. And that would have been weird, in my opinion. So, to me, it works because it's in the middle. It's weird, yes, but it does. I love the sleeves. They're a little long, but not too long, so I can always just cuff them up, shove them up, whatever. Whatever I choose to do. Now, mine, I made the size, it's not the smallest size, so I can't remember if she does extra small, small, medium, or if she just starts with small, medium, and large, but I believe what I did was the second from the smallest size, possibly medium. Sounds about right, but I'll have to double check, and I'll put it all in the Ravelry notes. It does not have the positive ease that the measurement, I mean, it's blocked 2 measurements for my size. However, I mean, there's positive ease in the arms. They're not like too tight, but they're not like loose like you see on a lot of people's. Also, the body is, I wouldn't say there's negative ease, but it's very slim fitting. I had hoped there would be a little more positive ease on the body. Maybe I should have made a larger size. I'm not gonna. I'll just work out some more. But I'm very happy with how it turned out. So now I have to go weave in my ends. Because look, weave in ends. There's ends hanging all over this thing. Weave them in and tidy it up. That's really about it. And then it's done. And it'll be on display here in the shop. I cannot remember episode 13. See, I did episode 13 the day before we left. I already shared my Vertices Unite. I was hoping that would be finished object number 2, but I'm 99.9% positive that you've already seen this. So, Vertices Unite, completed, makes for a great airplane wrap. I used it yesterday. Also great car wrap when you are driving what seems like endless hours in upstate New York and you need to take a nap. It's perfect for that. Colorway is Guthrie's Peak by Dream & Color in the Smooshy. And we just got in a big box of Dream & Color. I'll show you in a few minutes. So I believe, I can't remember if it's on this order or the next one. So we'll be getting this color in shortly. Excuse me. I have an eyelash, I think. Oh, I know I have an eyelash. Haha. It's decided to wreck the podcast. Okay. I'm going to have to edit this part out. Okay. We are back in business. So, this is my finished object, and like I said, we were on our trip, so I did get quite a bit of knitting done. So, as you know, I did cast off or finish my Vertices Unite and this Sunset Highway. So my reward for doing that was casting on 2 other things, of course, because that's just what you do. So I'm only going to show you the 3 projects that I worked on. The Mount Auburn sweater that I'm doing for Josh, I didn't work on it since the last episode, so no progress was made on that. My Chrysalis shawl by Lavanya, also no progress done on that. Which reminds me, I just signed up to do a test knit. I laugh. I'll get it done. There's no problem, but I crack myself up sometimes. Anyway, so those 2 projects did not get anything done on them. Now, when we flew up here, when we first flew up to wherever it was we flew up to, upstate New York, before I cast on my sweater, I was like, I need to take something I can get progress done on, make me feel a little bit better. So I finished my sleeve finally on Rhapsody in Cables. Now, so this is the one sleeve, and now I can pick up my stitches and add on somewhere over here. I didn't bring the right needle to do that, so I didn't do that on the trip. And this ribbing here as well, I had a smaller needle, but I'm not happy with the ribbing is really flared. I don't know if you can see that. So I am going to take this little bit of ribbing out and redo it on not just one size smaller needle, but probably 2, maybe even a 3rd, because it looks sloppy to me. And so I wasn't really happy with it, but that's the only needle smaller that I had with me. So anyway, this sleeve is done, so I'm very happy about that. I feel like I finally got a little bit of progress for once on my Rhapsody in Cables. Rhapsody in Cables is a pattern by Joji Locatelli, if you're not familiar, and I really feel crooked. That's a little better. There we go. It's available on Ravelry, and it's a really fun, unique construction sweater. So then once I finished that, I was like, yay, I can cast on something else. So I cast on my May sweater by Andrea Mowry. Let me see if I have the pattern here. I may not have May's pattern. Yeah, I do. Okay, so this is the May sweater. So it's basically a V-neck, front and back, oversized tunic with short sleeves. And it's lower in the back, higher in the front. So I used up the whole ball of yarn that I took for this project to cast on. So you can see the texture of the knit stitches is really nice. And you can see this back section is longer than the front section due to short row shaping. But I got a decent amount done before I ran out of yarn. This is yarn that I do not carry in the shop. This is a worsted weight yarn. The pattern calls for worsted weight. We have lots of worsted weight that would be beautiful. Malabrigo, Yarn Carnival, Hole in the Wool, etc. Forbidden Fiber Company. But what I chose to do was some souvenir yarn that I picked up in Utah, which is Brooklyn Tweed Ranch yarn, which is no longer available. But I picked that up and decided this would be, I have enough yardage and it'd be perfect sweater. The other thing I took with me to cast on was Suburban Stitcher yarn for Birds of a Feather. And did that just go out? Hopefully not. I should check it. So, microphone seems to be okay. Yay. So, anyway, back to Suburban Stitcher yarn. And I cast on my Birds of a Feather in Moody Blues, which is a color she dyed up, kind of thinking of our shop. And so, here's the progress made on Moody Blues. Now, it's of course the same color, but the mohair picks up more of the blue tones and the single picks up more of the teal tones. So it's very, very pretty. But you can see I just finished that lace. Let's see, you can see this better. This lace section. So you start down here, beginning, section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4, section 5, and just started on section 6. So that's working out really well. You still have time to join us in our little informal Birds of a Feather knit along. So all the requirements is that you purchase yarn from the Modern Skein to make a Birds of a Feather and cast it on by the end of the month. And we have till, what did we say? I think the end of November to finish. Most people have it finished way before then, but in case you need to finish something else in your queue, totally understand. But we're giving you till the end of November to finish your Birds of a Feather, and everyone who finishes will get an opportunity to be in the drawing for, I wasn't going to say what the prize is, but what we're thinking the prize is going to be is probably be your choice, because I know some of you guys that purchased the Birds of a Feather kit already have this. So you might not want a second one, but you might. So it'd be your choice. It would be either a Ritual Dye Works backpack, knitter's backpack, or math here. What was it? Yeah. 3 skeins of Red Stag fiber. Your choice. So, hopefully you'll join us in the knit along, and we would love to, I can't wait to see all the beautiful Birds of a Feathers. So be sure and bring them in, put pictures on social media using Modern Skein hashtag or hashtag the Modern Skein Haul. And we'll be looking at all of them. So, let's see. While we were out of town, of course, Grace held down the fort. But we also got in some really cool things. And so I want to show you some of the really neat things we got in right before I left, and also what we got in while I was gone. So through the end of the month, I believe technically it's September 28th, something around there, we have Forbidden Fiber pop-up shop in the store. And so at the end of the month, we pack up whatever's not sold and ship it back. So if there's some of these Forbidden Fiber colorways that you're wanting, be sure and snag them now, because they will go bye-bye. We're not keeping any of it. So just some of the colors that we have. We have our full fall line on fingering and on fingering sparkle base. But she has beautiful fall tones. And if you're not local to the shop, all of the pop-up shop yarn is listed on the website. So you can pull up Forbidden Fiber Company and it will list out, and it just says, it starts out the description with TS for trunk show. And so you know if anything that's labeled TS will go away at the end of the month. So if there's something you see on there, you want to get it. Isn't that just a rich fall color? She calls this one Caramel Apple. which I think is a really nice one. We have also DK, Gluttony DK, and Gluttony Worsted. Beautiful colors. And we have, hold on, let me move this around. We have, this is the Pride, which is the DK, the fingering glitter sock. And then we also have Pride DK. So if you want sparkle in a DK, we have it. Lots of different colors. You can work up fades. You can do contrasting colors for color work. Make beautiful Tecumseh sets. Sunset highways. That would be a beautiful rich sunset highway. We actually have a lady in the shop that is making a weekender out of this colorway in the worsted weight, and it's coming along beautifully. I think this is a really pretty one too. Again, this is the Sport DK. Just luscious fall colors. And then some just beautiful colors no matter what time of year. This is a really rich red with the sparkle, perfect for Christmas. You can pair it with this. Really rich. Love these two. And these two together are really pretty too. For some tonal options. So there's a lot more too. I mean, we have a whole wall full of Forbidden Fiber Company, so be sure and check it out. What else? We also got in the Indigo Likey Shorty set. So this is the short set. We have the long set as well, but the short gives you US 3 through 10.5, so 9 pairs plus cords and connectors, and then they are in the indigo color, which bear with me. This is the indigo color. So the needles themselves, the wood, has been indigo dyed, and the metal connectors is like a navy metal rather than the black. So they're really awesome. I've got those. Just the indigo in the short set. I have regular and umber in the regular 5-inch tip sets. And I also have crochet sets, crochet individuals, and a lot of Likey individuals as well. And if you were looking for cords, they are on order. They just have not arrived yet. Cords just go fast. We also got in more stitch stoppers, both the neutral, which is the grays and whites, and now the colorful. So if you were looking for the colorful ones, we have both. They are always really popular. And then something new we got in was from Coco Knits, this little tin, and it is filled with little black and white triangular shaped stitch markers. So you get 3 sizes, 36 stitch markers in total, 6 each size and each color, so black and white. So you get basically a, let me show you, get basically a small, medium, and large, but see if I can get these to show. Contort. Well, that didn't work. Hold on. Okay. So, large, medium, and small. There we go. So, that is the Coco Knits triangular stitch markers. So we have those now in stock, and we just got in this morning a box of Dream in Color yarn. So I still haven't even unwrapped it. I'm just going to go through some colors. We have Cloud to Ground. This is, by the way, all smushy with cashmere. I know we have a person that asked for Cloud to Ground. If you're watching, please give us a call or email. We have it written down that we have a customer that needed a skein of Cloud to Ground, but I don't have your name or contact information. So if you would, please contact me. This is Mod Squad in Smushy Cashmere. So this is all fingering weight. This is Concord, so beautiful, rich wine, burgundy purples. Lovely color. This is Petrified Forest, so a smoky gray teal. Deep, deep, deep colors. Let's see. This is GG Laurel. We had that color in the spring and it was out. Dune also restocked. I knew I had some. Guthrie's Peak. So if you want to make Vertices Unite, we got your colors in. And I love this color. This is Eatin' the Plums. Just such a beautiful color. Veronica does such a great job of really capturing bright, vivid colors. Beautiful. Plus we got some more classy, which is the worsted weight. So some fun colors. This one's called Iceland. Perfect sweater quantity. We also got in Mesa. It'd be really pretty to do. You could do a May sweater out of the Mesa, or you could do, let's see what else, worsted weight. Just about any worsted weight sweater you could do. This is Elysian, back in stock. This was a really popular one. We sold out fairly quickly earlier this year. And Golden Experience. This is great if you're looking for the gold color that's kind of made popular, goldy mustard with the Tecumseh. That's your color right there. And then Mod Squad again, because we always seem to sell out of our sweater quantities of Mod Squad because it's that perfect, rich, all the colors all in one, but subdued and quiet. It's really cool to see it worked out. So I think that's it for everything in the shop right now. Yes. So events that are coming up, of course, Sit and Stitch on Fridays and Saturdays. Friday afternoons 2 to 5 and Saturdays 10 to 2. The shop is open every week, Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 5. This weekend, I will be setting up and exhibiting at a quilt show here in Conroe. So I will be in and out of the shop this weekend. I'll be here tomorrow and Thursday, most of the days. So if you're a quilter, come say hi. If you're at the quilt show, it's at Lone Star Convention Center on Friday and Saturday. So we'd love to see you there. Let's see. Again, the trunk show pop-up shop for Forbidden Fiber Company is only through the end of the month. So really just two more weeks of that. October 13th, I believe, is the second Saturday. And the second Saturday we have a trunk show from Night Owl Fibers, so that will be exciting. And I just received confirmation that a Ching order will be going through in the die pots for us in October. So with customs and dry times and everything else, should be getting it hopefully at the end of November. So everyone that's been waiting for Qing Fibers, more is on the way. I have like 3 more orders with her lined up, so we are getting it in. We are also getting in more Hedgehog. Should be coming soon. We'll be getting more Dream in Color as well. I'm also working up more Hole in the Wool, specifically DK sweater quantities for Hole in the Wool. And also just talked to, what's her name? Anna with Yarn Carnival about getting some new colors in as well. So lots and lots in store for the shop. Oh, and there's some other things that I'm not going to share right away, but probably, well, the plan is that they'll be here before Christmas. And no, I can't spill the beans yet. It's exciting. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, that's it. So thank you so much for tuning in and watching this podcast. Like I said, my name is Sharon Graff, and I own this amazing wall of yarn called the Modern Skein here in Montgomery, Texas. I hope you'll come by and see the shop, visit me or Grace, who works here in the shop. And, you know, if you're not local, we ship online. We ship all around the world. So we would love to see your order come through and help you out, pick colors. If you need help picking out stuff, just shoot us an email. We're happy to help. Yeah, that's really about it. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.